Hey y'all, this is Chris with Rockin Farm, and I am coming to you with a project that I have got to get done. And it's one of those things. So I had a feeling this was going to happen, and then close friends of mine informed me that I was quite correct, that it wasn't just a feeling. Um, Cornish Cross poo so much that if you're trying to do like the deep litter method, put a ton of hay and let them poo, but then just pile a bunch of more hay on top of the poo, and you clean it up every 2 or 3 times. Well, that still means that you have to clean it up every 2 or 3 days, because if you put an 8-inch thick layer of hay that they can barely even walk in without having to like stick their heads up for air, they will have it matted flat and covered in poo by the end of the day. So they just poo so much that keeping them confined, I guess, is just, and God, I hate the word confined. This is not a poultry house, I mean, I don't have 50,000 birds in a shed where they've each got literally no square feet per bird because they're right next to each other. They had a ton of space in this. They could spread out. It's just that they just poo so much, and that makes me just think about how incredibly disgusting those poultry houses really are. Like, just how much must be all over the floors. So what I needed to do, my original plan was to cut a hole in the side of my barn and make a doorway that goes out to this chicken run over here, much the way that my chicken coop is set up with the doors. But because it's on the barn, I didn't want to slap something together. I wanted good joints. I didn't want anything to be able to get into the barn. I needed to think about water type issues. If there's any water that like comes up against the barn and runs along it, obviously if there's a door, it's just going to run inside. So it just needed a lot of consideration before I put this hole in the barn. So I needed to come up with something quick and easy. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some pallets and we're going to take some old tin, and we are going to slap together a Cornish Cross chicken shelter for All right, there y'all have it. Down and dirty, no measuring, ghetto as heck. Definitely free bottom of the barrel. I don't even know how else to describe it. I'm sure I'm going to get comments at some point, especially as the channel gets more popular, about how that thing is absolute trash. Y'all, it was meant to be. I've got a better plan. I don't have time to execute that better plan correctly. I had pallets, I had tin. So they have a place to keep the rain off their head. That's the whole goal of this thing. They're outside. They can go in there and they can cuddle up with each other at night. Our lows aren't getting too low now. Slaughter date is about 3.5 weeks away. So, you know, we just needed to get them out of that room that we had them in. And this was the quickest, easiest solution. So that's it. DIY chicken hut on a budget. So until I see y'all again, be happy, live healthy.